So guys, the COD Room is my newest show where we are going to be breaking down everything in the world of Call of Duty esports, Call of Duty in general as a game, from a competitive perspective, from just a casual perspective. We're going to be breaking it all down and giving you a little bit of some insight into what it all means. Today in this first episode of the show though, we're going to be talking about a specific matchup between Atlanta Faze and LA Thieves. These are two of incredible teams, guys, that I watch very much so in a major way. And I've absolutely loved watching them and seeing their teams kind of evolve over time. And it's interesting, you know, when we get to none other than Call of Duty Vanguard, a title that's gotten scrutinized in a number of ways. Me personally, I really love the title overall, and I think it's pretty exciting to watch from a, you know, just from a competitive perspective as well. Yes, it's very fast-paced, guys. Yes, there are many things about it that some people don't like. A lot of people wanted to go into the future somewhat, or into, you know, the modern day, whereas, of course, you know, Activision went back into the past with another World War II title. And sure, I was a little bit critical of that as well, but nonetheless, I've got to say that overall, guys, I absolutely have loved Call of Duty and the direction in a number of ways that they've gone in, even though I have been critical of ways they've gone in as well. I think that Vanguard very well we could be seeing a real change after this year in Call of Duty as a whole. And sure, guys, it has not been perfect by any stretch of the imagination. There's been a lot of backlash in a number of ways, but I definitely wanted to go through this you know, within this first segment of the show, and really this episode as a whole, talking about each individual game as we see, as it comes out and such, throughout the course of the Call of Duty League this season, leading us into the major. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to Major 1, which is going to be Optic, who's going to be doing that one, which is super exciting. But I really wanted to break down this matchup between these two juggernauts in the Call of Duty League. And so with that being said, guys, let's start off real quick with a listen in here from LA Thieves.
I'm gonna put shirt. I'm gonna put shirt on hold here. Alright, mid lane dead. I can play outside for a second. I can play outside. Alright, I'm pulling top. I need top maps. I need top. Top church. I don't need top. Alright, all time and MC top church. Dropping it on. I push this. That's you, bro. That's you. Absolutely. That's you. That's you. I'm looking in the mid box corner, bro. Mid box corner. I'm dead. I need help. Alright. Now, that's it. Really weak. Hit twice. On the ball. I can help. On tree. There you. Nice. I'm dropping. Nice. Dropping in the miss. I got it. Mid lane.
So there you have it, guys. A nice listen in on LA Thieves and their comms there. Obviously, I think that this is a team, you know, as we go through the course of this show, guys, the COD Room, we're going to be talking about everything in the world of Call of Duty, but we're also going to be talking a lot about the esports realm. And, you know, guys, my YouTube channel here, Zero TV, started where we would actually casted games of StarCraft 2 at the highest level of StarCraft, and I would cast matches and things of that nature, and I really enjoyed that. I did it for about an entire year before we transitioned to doing some other things, talking about other games and such, and it's kind of led us to where we are now. But I wanted to get back into that, not so much casting, but more talking about these games, talking about the players, the narratives going on, talking about individual play, and I'd love to have a real conversation with you guys in the comment section down below about it. The same thing can be said for, obviously, in my mind, I want to also talk to you guys about the future of Call of Duty, what that could look like here on the show. I want to talk about, you know, different, like I said, narratives happening all over the Call of Duty scene, whether we're talking about Vanguard, whether we're talking about Warzone, the competitive scene. I really love talking about those things and would love to have real conversations with all of you about that. But with that being said, guys, you know, this matchup in a best of 5 here, Atlanta Faze and LA Thieves, going at it here, guys, back and forth in a pretty major way here on Hardpoint. And just so you guys know, these are the Major 1 qualifiers, and this was played, of course, as one of those. Kenny going on a killing spree. Absolutely awesome. I love Kenny, guys, as a player. I think he's got, I think he's got real leadership ability and has really shown it off over these past number of years, especially having, some new players coming into the fray with LA Thieves. I think that he has shown significant improvement in his leadership ability. But let's talk about, the rest of the guys on LA Thieves. I mean, you got, obviously, Octane, this guy's been in the league for a long time, and I think that he is something special without question. Envoy, the same exact thing, and then you've got Kenny, who is obviously their captain and leader, and Draza, who is a I think that this guy very well, sometimes he can be a little bit hit or miss, but I think when he is hot, he is really hot, and something that a player that obviously can slay in a significant way for this team. On the flip side, with Atlanta Faze, you got Celium, obviously R-Cities, Abizi, and Simp. I mean, these guys are the defending champions. They need no endorsement from me, but it's a special team to say the least. I mean, from the top down. Celium, guys, what an incredible player. I feel, when you think of Celium, you don't think of like this player that is significantly, going above and beyond when it comes to the comms, but he's just a pure out baller, straight up just, crushes it in a number of ways when he goes to actually, slang and such. R-Cities, obviously, I feel like R-Cities is kind of the backbone of this team, is a very special player in a number of ways. Obviously, guys, Abizi as well as Simp. I mean, I love Abizi for what he's done. Sometimes I feel like a lot of the credit goes to R-Cities as well as Simp for what, the success they've seen, even somewhat Celium. Abizi sometimes feels like he's kind of left in the background there, but I feel like he is an incredibly special player, underrated in a major way. And then, of course, guys, Simp. Simp is a force to be reckoned with, and there is absolutely no debate about it. I think that he is one of the best players I have seen ever in Call of Duty. Just the way, the flow of how he plays the game, it's something really special to behold without question, as we're coming into the end here of this first hard point at 2:38. Obviously LA Thieves is kind of pulling a little bit ahead here as they get to the new hard point. It's definitely, this first game really came down to the wire without question, guys. Started off on a really exciting note. Obviously for these Major 1 qualifiers. And obviously, guys, we're going to be going over the qualifiers this upcoming weekend as well. You guys will have to check that out. LA Thieves pulls it out just barely. The clutch plays by LA Thieves, absolutely huge. You see the excitement from Draza. Beautifully played. And you can tell that Faze in this moment are shell-shocked. I mean, obviously, they are shocked that they did not win this one. Obviously, now the score being 1-0. And then going into game number 2.